I now declare the 5th Assembly of Missouri Girls State convened. The Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem will be led by Anya Moore.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Will the commander please retire the color bearers? Please be seated. I would now like to introduce someone who have held very important to me this past week. But our story starts actually more than a week ago. It starts when I was actually first elected governor, and I was told I had to do interviews for something called a superintendent. And although I wasn't sure what a superintendent was, a girl came in named Natalia Duval. And this girl was unlike any other interviewee I ever had. She was incredibly hardworking and incredibly happy. And today, I'm incredibly honored to announce that I will now introduce my superintendent, Natalia Duval.
Well, hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. So if it takes a little longer than expected, that's why. Before I get started, I wanna name all the people who make this possible and most importantly, memorable. First and foremost, the American Legion Auxiliary, specifically the Department of Missouri, and President Wanda. This program wouldn't be here without your support and continuous belief in raising young, strong leaders for the next generation. Up next is someone where if she weren't here, the program wouldn't be here. ALA Missouri Girls State Director McKay Mickens. We love you. We would be way less organized without her tirelessly working behind the scenes and being our fearless leader. A thank you is in order for all of the volunteers and wonderful people in the Girls State Committee for giving their time generously to make this possible every year. To all the counseling staff, thank you so much for your support and continuous belief in these girls. You're the gears that make us get everywhere smoothly. I would like to thank the organizations that sponsor girls like myself and give generously in order for us to experience democracy and learn that we, even as young women, can make a difference in this world. And finally, A special thank you for Olivia Imhoff and Jordan Brown. Oh my gosh. You both are my life support for this program. And during this week, I'll miss our convos about family and friends and life in general. I love you both so much, and I'm so thankful that I got to spend this week with you. Take care this next year, and I'll see you next session. Hello, Girl State. It's a little weird to think that we were all strangers just a week ago. Walking into your residence hall and seeing so many faces and feeling a swarm of emotions. Some of you knew what you wanted and set your eyes on it. Others had ideas for a school you wanted to attend, and then those who had little to no idea what you wanted to do. But guess what? You made the most out of it. Some of you won elections and positions you wanted to win, and some of you unfortunately lost the position you set your heart on. All of the lessons that each and every one of you learned this week can help you change the world. And I don't mean that as a cliche. I mean, you can change your world, your school, your family, maybe even your entire hometown. Your confidence earned here and the leadership and friendship you forged do not have to stop here. In fact, they shouldn't stop here. They should grow. For some of you, this week has changed your life, changed your perspective, and changed your mindset. Don't let the fact that you leave tomorrow change it back. Do not let anyone tell you that you are too young to go out into your community and make a change. You are the next generation. The ball is in your court. The only question is, will you wait around and let time fly past you? Or will you grab onto the wild ride that is life and make the most out of your situation, changing lives as you move through? I don't doubt that you are all capable. You made it through a week on less sleep than normal, with a packed schedule, away from home, and still you made amazing impacts, not only on the people you met and impacted and interacted with, but you also impacted yourself. I want you to take a moment tonight. It doesn't have to be right now, but reflect on the relationships you've made, the ways you've surprised yourself, and just soak it up. Because this week is a week that you will want to remember for a lifetime. Now, I will leave you all with this. When you get home tomorrow afternoon or night, after taking a longer nap than you ever knew possible, think about what your plan is to help your community. Is it to start advocating for kids your age to vote? Is it to help your parks and rec people in your city? Or is it to share what you learned here at Girl State? You never know what lessons you learned that might help others impact their own community. Never doubt what you are capable of, and never stop trying to reach your goals. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see some of you here next year as JCs. Thank you. Now this next person that I'm about to introduce, I didn't really get to meet her until I met her on the last day. She introduced me. It was one of my happiest moments. And her name is Adrienne Fong. Most of you have gotten to know her in the walks to Spelman and everything. She is my roommate for this week, and I couldn't be here without her. So let's hand it over to Madam Governor Adrienne Fong.
Before I begin, I'd like to say some well-deserved thank yous to the people who have made this program possible. First, thank you to the American Legion Auxiliary and specifically the Department of Missouri. Our state has one of the best girls' state programs in the nation, in part because of the ALA. Of course, when thanking the American Legion Auxiliary Department of Missouri, we can't leave out the president, Wanda Kinder. Thank you for your hard work. Next is someone who is extremely dedicated to this program and an amazing leader. Thank you, ALA Missouri Girls State Director, McKay Mickens. Really, thank you. None of this is possible without you. And thank you to the Girls State Committee who volunteer to work around the clock to ensure a successful week each year. To our Missouri Girls State Counseling staff, I can't thank you enough. Your support is what allows us to move through the week smoothly. And now, I have a few words. I started this week by saying that I was preemptively extremely proud of you. And now, I can't say this, because I can only say that I am extremely proud of you. Over the last 7 days, you've stepped out of your comfort zone. You've won and you've lost elections. But all this means is that you participated in democracy. You learned in both quite boring, oftentimes, standard classroom lessons about curriculum and actual factual information. And you also learned social lessons through communication with the people here about social norms. And through all this, I've had the incredible honor of being able to call myself your governor. But I've had an even more incredible honor of watching our future senators, city council members, and maybe even future governors work to create their own city. Now, over this week, we've reiterated over and over again that this is your girls' state. This is your session of Girls State. The bonds you created, the solutions you've made, and the experiences you made are subjectively yours. On day one, I said, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And throughout this session, I truly believe that you have embodied this quote. You found your footing even if you struggled at first. The challenge, the hardship, and the unique feeling of accomplishment that comes with Girls State is what makes your Girls State your Girls State. And don't let anyone ever take that away from you. Don't let anyone convince you that your own subjective Girls State experience lacks in any merit. In such a packed day, it's easy to feel like you don't actually own your Girls State experience. It may feel like it's your junior counselor's Girls State experience, the senator's Girls State experience, or even the airport's Girls State. But rest assured, it is your Girls State, because for 80+ sessions, girls have tweaked and refined the Girls State experience, a notion that won't be stopping anytime soon. During your session of Girls State, you've done exactly that, to ensure that your Girls State is uniquely yours. And if Girls State continues for 1,000 more years, there will never be one that is just like this one. Stand tall and be proud, because this program represents more than just a week-long summer camp. You've shown through this week passion, hard work, and an undeterred spirit that can only be found here. So, before I end, I want to say again that I am so incredibly proud of you. I always recall back to a quote that reminds me to dedicate myself, and I'd like to share it with you to leave it. It goes, if you're feeling disheartened that you are somehow not enough, set your heart ablaze. Girls State, always remember to dedicate yourself to a cause, and don't let anyone convince you that the cause isn't valid. I'm honored to be your governor, and I'm honored to overlook this session. Thank you so much. And even more, it's my pleasure to introduce President Pro Temp of the Senate, Riley Goodrich, and Speaker of the House, Emily Curtis.
To our amazing Governor Fong and Superintendent Duvall, both houses extend a giant thank you for your tireless leadership and strong support this week, especially through Airport Gate. You led us through an extremely successful and unusually productive legislative session, and we are all so grateful.
Okay, my speech is kind of off the top of my head, so bear with me. I've known Adrienne for a few years now, saying we go to the same school, and she's truly what inspired me to come to Girls State in the first place. And I also get the pleasure to see Adrienne do governor activity outside of Girls State. Either it's leading the orchestra with the rain stick, or bringing her speech and debate team to state qualifiers. She's a natural leader, a natural speaker, and I appreciate her and very thankful for her, as well as the rest of Missouri Girls State. Also, for superintendent, I haven't really gotten the chance to talk to you too well, but every time I see her, she's been the sweetest, always smiling on her face, and really immerses herself in ALA Missouri Girls State. And so we are very thankful for both of them.
Thank you again, Governor Adrian Fong and Superintendent Natalia Duval. Missouri Girls State, let us once again show them our extreme appreciation and gratitude. The joint session of the 2026 Missouri Girls State General Assembly is called to order. The invocation will be given by the chaplain of the House. Please rise.
Hello, Missouri Girls State. Please join me in a quick prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we ask thy blessing on this meeting. May the leaders who will be inaugurated here tonight be guided by thy infinite wisdom. All this we ask in thy name. Amen.
Please be seated. The next order of business is to establish a quorum of both houses. Will the clerk please establish if quorum is present?
Will the members of the Missouri Girls State General Assembly, House of Representatives, please stand to establish a quorum? A quorum has been present. Please be seated.
Will the President Pro Tem please make the motion?
Will the Senate Secretary please establish if a quorum is present?
Will members of the Missouri State General Assembly Senate please stand to establish a quorum? A quorum is present. Please be seated.
This joint session of the Missouri Girls State General Assembly has convened to notify and inaugurate the newly elected officials of Missouri Girls State. Will the honorary colonels retire to wait on the newly elected officials? Will the honorary colonels please bring forward the newly elected officials with the exception of the governor-elect? Will the honorary colonels retire to bring forward the newly elected governor? Will the citizens of Boone City please form the honor guard? Will the honorary colonels please bring forward Governor-elect Sienna Blankenship? honorary colonels and Boone City Honor Guard please retire?
Okay, I would now like to introduce our guest speaker who will also inaugurate our new elected officials. Judge Renee Hardin-Tammons serves as a judge on the Missouri Court of Appeals for the Eastern District of Missouri. Judge Hardin-Tammons was appointed appellate judge by Governor Mike Parson in September of 2022. Immediately preceding her current appointment, Judge Hardin-Tammons served as a circuit judge for St. Louis County after being appointed by Governor Mike Parson in 2019. Prior to becoming a full-time judge in 2017 with her appointment as Associate Circuit Judge, Judge Hardin-Tammons worked as a litigation attorney for the St. Louis County Public Defender's Office, the St. Louis County Counselor's Office, and the law firm of DuBail Judge PC for a total of 28 years. In addition to practicing law, Judge Hardin-Tammons served as a municipal judge for 18 years in various municipalities in St. Louis County and for St. Louis County government. She serves on the Missouri Supreme Court's Task Force on Criminal Justice, Municipal Practice, and Uniform Fine Schedule Committee, and the Missouri Court Automation's Artificial Intelligence Work Group. Judge Hardin-Tammons has received a number of awards, including the Women's Justice Award for Public Service and St. Louis University Black Law Student Association's Honorable Theodore McMillan Award. Judge Hardin-Tammons graduated from the University of Missouri School of Law in 1989 and resides in St. Louis County. Starting July 1st, she will become the Chief Judge of the Eastern District. Now, please give me a warm welcome to the Honorable Renee Hardin-Tammons.
Thank you for that kind introduction. Good evening, Girl State. Congratulations to the elected officials and to all of the participants. Thank you to the members of the committee who have invested so much of your time, energy, and patience sowing into the lives of the young women of Girl State, and for inviting me to be a part of this evening's events. Good evening to everyone under the sound of my voice. I am so excited to be here this evening for the inauguration ceremony, which marks a week of learning about consensus building and about the American experiment. You see, each of you took part in an experiment where you got the opportunity to learn more about the American election process. When America was founded, it set sail on uncharted, unproven, untested waters. The United States of America, too, began as an experiment, and the experiment continues today. In a few short days, America will celebrate its semi-quincentennial. Some 250 years ago, America's experiment tested the notion that a democratic government could be formed and governed by ordinary people with values so eloquently stated in the Declaration of Independence. As governmental leaders, you will face challenges on how to best navigate the internal and external tension you will encounter as you seek life, liberty, and happiness for yourself and your constituency. This evening, I want to share some lessons I have learned that I will hope will help you. First, I encourage you to celebrate your victories, or put another way, stop to smell the roses along the way. The more you praise and celebrate your victories in life, big and small, the more there will be in life for you to celebrate. As a young woman, young child, who grew up attending a Baptist church where my father was the pastor, I heard the song and the saying more than once: count your blessings, name them one by one. You see, in our home, we weren't encouraged to count our trials and tribulations. Rather, we were encouraged to focus on the positive things in life. When you specifically identify your blessings, you realize that you have been given more than you thought you had. When you celebrate your victories and micro victories, your satisfaction with life will improve and your stress level will be greatly reduced. A famous basketball player told a story to illustrate this lesson. I think it's worth repeating this evening. One day, Charles posed a question to his idol Moses: why won't they let me play? Charles wanted to know why he wasn't getting any playing time on the basketball court. Moses told Charles it's because you're out of shape and overweight. He went on to tell Charles, if you want to get more playing time on the basketball court, go lose 10 pounds. After a few weeks of working hard, Charles had lost the 10 pounds. He and Moses celebrated. Then Moses told Charles, go and lose 10 more pounds, and they celebrated again. This back and forth between Charles and Moses went on until Charles had lost a total of 80 pounds. You may ask, why didn't Moses just tell Charles, go and lose 80 pounds? Well, if he had told him up front how much weight he needed to lose, Charles may have become overwhelmed and given up, and he may not have achieved his weight loss goal in record time. Equally important, Charles may not have learned the lesson I think we all need to learn and remember. Celebrate the small victories along the way, or stop to smell the roses. It took me years after graduating from law school to learn this lesson. When I learned it and applied it in my life, I had more motivation, focus, and confidence. Someone once said, when we fail to acknowledge and celebrate small victories, we get discouraged, and the flame inside of us starts to dwindle. You always want to keep the fire burning within, the fire that keeps you moving forward when it's hard to do so. Celebrating small victories helps to build resilience and character. If I had known about this principle when I was your ages, I wouldn't have been so hard on myself, or maybe I would have enjoyed my journey more. When I first started to apply to become a full-time judge in the early to mid-1990s, I got the opportunity to meet a lot of people from various professions, and I got to attend many different events. Rather than count my blessings, I focused on the fact that the first 8 times I applied to become a full-time judge, I didn't get selected. You see, as a young lawyer, I approached the process as if I was running a sprint and not a marathon. As you know, sprinters start off at top speed from the starting line with the finish line in view in a short distance away. In contrast, a marathoner starts off slower to maintain energy and strength to complete the long race. If I had known and understood this principle, I would have stopped to smell the roses more. I would have seen that running a marathon is similar to living life. Life, just like running a marathon, thrives on small moments. Each day is another leg of your journey. I would have celebrated the fact that I was making lots of contacts and meeting people I would not have otherwise met. I believe that if I had stopped to smell the roses, I would have had the resilience to keep applying for judgeships rather than stopping after my 8th failed attempt for 12 straight years. But because of the next principle, or the lesson I will share with you next, my story did not end there. Secondly, I would encourage you to courageously chase your dreams. Courage is defined as the willingness to act and to move forward despite feeling afraid or uncertain. It is the discipline to keep going when every part of you wants to stop. Courage is not recklessness. It involves pushing yourself to step outside of your comfort zone and to take calculated risk. As you go through life reaching for your dreams, even when you are fearful and you hear or feel the judgment of others, let courage keep you moving forward. Courageously chasing your dreams involves embracing the notion you cannot swim for new horizons until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. It's about not knowing for certain how it will turn out, but having the determination to keep going on anyway. With courage, you will dare to invent an audacious plan when the path is uncertain. An essential component of courage is learning how to fail. I would say that courage is the drive to continue even when you recognize that failure is a possibility. It took courage for me to apply again after not being selected 8 times. If I hadn't learned how to handle the possibility of failing again, then how could I ever learn how to be successful at reaching my goal and my dream of becoming a full-time judge? You see, I had to be willing to put it all on the line, even knowing that I could not be selected again. I had to embrace the notion that failure of not being selected again was a real possibility, given that I had failed to be selected 8 previous times. The message I'm trying to convey: if I hadn't learned a thing or two about courage, I wouldn't be here speaking to you this evening. I learned to push past self-doubt that said you can't reach that dream, and began telling myself, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I learned to see my setbacks as learning opportunities and a setup for a successful comeback. I learned to use someone's negative view of me as a motivator to work harder. You may ask, why does it matter that you courageously chase your dreams? I'm glad you asked. You ask great questions. When you courageously chase or pursue your dreams, you eliminate feelings of regret. When you dare to go after your dreams, you won't look back and wonder, what if? You discover gifts and talents you never knew you had. When you courageously pursue your dreams, you encourage others to live better, be stronger, learn more, rise higher, have more, and to do more. Finally, if you forget every lesson I've discussed this evening, I hope you remember these 2 words: be kind. I read a quote that said, when the choice is to be right or to be kind, choose to be kind. Kindness is a quality that involves behaving in a way that shows concern and consideration for others and generosity. It is characterized by having a genuine desire to improve someone else's circumstances without expecting praise, reward, or anything in return. Kind people have a drive to help others. They are intentionally attentive to the needs of others and consistently look for ways to alleviate anguish in other people's lives. It has been said, kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Maya Angelou said it this way: people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Kindness is important for you, for me, and for society. Kindness is an action word. When you show kindness towards others and yourself, your brain neurotransmitters are stimulated and they make you feel good. Also, kindness provides cardiovascular protection and can reduce blood pressure. Aside from the mental and physical benefits, kindness can strengthen your relationships both in your personal and work life. My parents taught me and my siblings that we should treat others better than they treat us. What I learned from putting that lesson into action, I found myself being kind to people who may not deserve it, but I can remember instances where people showed me kindness when maybe I didn't deserve it. Kindness is contagious. When we are kind, people notice kindness, and they pay it forward by showing kindness to others. Kindness makes our community, society, and the world a better place. Recently, a friend told me about the kindness and generosity of her coworkers. Since my friend needs a double lung transplant and is on oxygen 24 hours a day, she is unable to go into the office the required 2 days per week. But because she is a kind person who was kind and generous to her coworkers before she got sick, when they learned that she needed vacation time in order to continue to receive a full paycheck, they collectively donated over 900 hours of their vacation time to my friend. My friend's coworkers reciprocated kindness and generosity, knowing that my friend may never be able to donate vacation hours to them. It cost me nothing to smile at someone or offer a kind word or compliment or let someone cut in front of me in line or show a new coworker around the office or hold the elevator for someone or practice gratitude or smile at myself in the mirror as an expression of kindness toward myself. Choose to be kind to yourself and to others. Intentionally seek ways to show kindness each and every day. So before I go to my seat, I'm going to ask everyone in the room who is physically able to stand to your feet. And do me a favor, make eye contact with someone around you. And I want you to repeat after me. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay. May you celebrate your victories, big and small. May you courageously chase your dreams. Each day. May you look for ways to show kindness to yourself and to others. You and I can make this world a better place. Thank you.
You'll stay right here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, No, ladies, I'm in the wrong forum. Ladies, it's my pleasure to announce the Supreme Court judges. Judge Carolyn Lee Sy.
Do you want to shake their hands?
Absolutely. Congratulations. Judge Alexis Gardner. Congratulations. Judge Alexis Gomez. Congratulations. Judge Ariana Baker. Congratulations. What a beautiful name. Judge Emma Etheridge. Judge Jasmine Dong. Chief Justice Catherine Sy. Will the newly elected officials, with the exception of the governor-elect, please stand for your oath of office? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly pledge I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of Missouri, and the Constitution of Missouri Girls State, and will faithfully discharge my duties of office at Missouri Girls State according to the best of my ability. I pledge this upon my honor. Congratulations.
And we're just going to switch spots with me for just a second. It is my pleasure to announce each newly elected official as she receives her ribbon. State Auditor Annabelle Porter. Your Attorney General, Alicia Yin. Your State Treasurer, Rithika Pandurthi. Your Secretary of State, Catherine Sipinski. And your Lieutenant Governor, Olivia Davis.
Will Governor-elect Sienna Blankenship please step forward? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly pledge that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of Missouri,
the Constitution of Missouri,
and the Constitution of Missouri Girls State,
and the Constitution of Missouri Girls State,
and will faithfully discharge my duties
and will faithfully discharge my duties
of my office at Missouri Girls State,
of my office at Missouri Girls State,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I pledge this upon my honor.
I pledge this upon my honor.
Congratulations. I'm done.
It is my pleasure to introduce for the first time Governor Sienna Blankenship.
Good evening, Missouri Girls State. All right, it is my honor to be here to serve you all as Missouri Girls State Governor this year. It was an amazing time meeting every single one of you, shaking almost all of your hands, and hearing the amazing stories from around our state. I firstly want to start off with saying some special thank yous. I want to thank McKay Mickens, our wonderful director, as well as the American Legion Auxiliary and the president, Wanda Kinder, for making this whole entire experience possible for us all. This experience is truly life-changing to not only me, but the rest of you girls going on in the rest of your life. I also want to thank my city, Boone City, as well as our county, Davidson County. You all are a different kind of family that I needed in my life. And extending that thank you to my campaign manager, Lydia. None of this would be possible without her here. The amount of hard work and loyalty is admirable. And the amount of kindness she has shown me, I am grateful forever. And I am happy to say that she is my newfound best friend because of the kindness that she has showed me. I also want to thank the girls that came with me here to Missouri Girls State from Republic. Abigail Brimmer, Hannah and Haley Brake, Bethany Eddings, and Caitlin Logan. These amazing women that came with me from Republic not only brought home to Missouri Girls State, but kept me grounded throughout this entire process. And then lastly, I want to thank my roommate, McKenna. She not only truly encouraged me through this whole entire process, but stayed with me through those anxious nights waiting for election results, and I am forever thank you. I'm forever thankful for all the girls that I had met this weekend and the amazing kindness you all have showed me, and I will be grateful for. But at the beginning of this week, I did not know that I would be standing right here in this position. But bringing up the idea of governor to my city for the very first time was a glimpse of the support and gratitude that I would be showed for the coming week. And now I'm here in this position. But campaigning was hard. It was difficult adjusting period for me to get into. It was definitely scrappy and calculated. There was so much going into it, but it took a team behind me to make this whole process available. But it happened through several areas of media, groundwork, and as well as polling. But through the chaos, there was almost a sense of peace, of something greater was happening than just me being elected as governor. There was change coming, and I saw the future of America through the girls that I met here at Missouri Girls State. But winning the primaries was huge for me. I was against very qualified candidates that I never thought I could be here standing for. But it is honored to be chosen amongst all of us, but later on, concluding me to where I stand in front of all of you today. We accomplished the first steps of being the future waymakers of our country. Through this experience, we have had failures and numerous successes, showing that there is resilience and fight within us and our generation. Just like my grandma always tells me, determination. Be determined to make change, that you have a way in this world. This is only the beginning. This week, I saw all of you take your first steps into changing our country. If 800 of us go home and continue the change that we started here at Missouri Girls State, our state will begin to succeed and others will see that. We are the change that we need for our country, and you guys already started that process, so don't stop working until you accomplish the goals in front of you. I am forever changed by the women I met here and knowing that they are strong footing in our generation for our country. And I will leave here knowing that this is where I belong. And this is the people I belong to. I had said this earlier this week, but I will conclude with it once again. We are one family, one unit, one Missouri Girl State. Thank you. And for my first official duty, I would like to thank the Honorable Renee Hardin Tammons for coming tonight installing all of us. We appreciate your support from Missouri Girl State, and please accept a gift as a thank you from us. At this time, I would like to announce the new Superintendent of Highway Patrol. Drum roll, please. Kiara Marshall! Now, Lieutenant Governor Olivia Davis, as President of the Senate, will you please come forward?
Here we go. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the joint session? Do I hear a second? Hearing a motion to adjourn and a second, all of those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Will the Senate chaplain please give the closing prayer? Please rise.
Grant us, O Lord, as we go forth from this meeting, may we all have the will and strength to assist us in our newly elected offices, to fulfill the obligation of the oaths taken here tonight. We ask thy blessing upon our officials throughout the coming year. Amen.
Will the color guard please come forward to retire the colors? I now declare the joint sessions of the 2026 Missouri Girls State General Assembly dissolved.
Just lead them to line up.